G'day and welcome. All right, I'm here at the hall, and I was going to try to upload, but it seems like the uploading is going really slow right now. So what I'm going to do is I'll just make a couple of videos and whatever. For those of you buying a motorcycle, something to keep in mind. A little tip for you. And again, this is not my first motorcycle. This is my sixth motorcycle. It's my first motorcycle in 20 years, and I love it. It's a pretty awesome little bike. It's a TT600. But when you're budgeting, okay, let's say you're buying the bike at the end of the season and you're not putting it on the road. Whatever your budget is, budget for your insurance, obviously. But there's something, again, I never usually hear too many people talk about, is that say, okay, yeah, let's say you saved up, I don't know, $2,000 or $5,000. You take a part of your budget. Let's say you found this bike. It doesn't have to be this bike. It could be any bike. And you have the money to buy the bike, but you have any money for the operational costs for the season, such as the insurance, gas money, stuff like that. Just whatever it is. Now, just take your budget and break it up so that you can do more with it. For me, I knew it wasn't going to be on the road for a good while, for about a year from the point I bought it, so I had lots of time to save up for the first year's insurance or whatever it was. But what I also thought too was another thing that I could do was, and I did this with all my other bikes, is each season, the first season is always the most expensive, especially if it's your first year riding. For me, it's like, although I've ridden in the past, I let my other license expired about 20 years ago, so it's as if I'm a new rider all over again. So technically this is my second year, and I'm a full license now here in Quebec. But what I do is now, my bike's bought and paid for, so I was lucky. I bought it. I got it $500 off of what they, at the end of the season deal, and got it for $3,000, and I had about $4,000 saved up, so I had the insurance covered anyway. So it's like, okay, well, for the following season, I had the insurance, which was last year. Now, this year, it's a little different. Money's a lot tighter. I do have the insurance money. I don't know what the insurance is going to be on this bike because I'm not sure, but it actually dropped. I'll find out tomorrow because I'm going to go redo the plate tomorrow and all the insurance stuff. But the thing is that now this bike is all about operational cost. Okay, how much is it going to cost to run the bike for the year? So I'll budget that. And sometimes you can do payments with the insurance. You can bundle it up with other policies. You'll work out however you work out. But there's another thing that most people neglect. Now, let's say you bought a motorcycle. Let's say, for arguably, this bike, okay, it was $3,000, and you had to go to the bank to get the money. Okay, well, when you go there, you might as well take out $5,000, and I'll tell you why. You'll get the insurance, but you'll also, because like anything, I mean, I've only put 6,000 kilometers on this bike. So far, so good. But how reliable is it? How, is there little things that it does that, are there things that are going to be needing maintenance? You won't know that until you've owned the bike and put some, about 10,000 miles on a bike. Then you'll know what it needs. You'll know what it goes through. You'll know what it, which is 10,000 miles is about 16,000 kilometers. You'll get the idea of what it costs to operate that bike, for sure by that time. And the thing is that one thing that you can't factor in is tire blowouts, broken chain, hole in the exhaust, things like that just happen. I don't know, a chipmunk takes out your radiator if you have one of those. Bird takes out the windscreen, stuff like that. You spin out on the asphalt, or the dirty roads, and suddenly you got a damage bill, or I don't know, your regulator goes, your charging system goes, something like that. And next thing you know, you got no money and you've lost the rest of the season, because by the time you get the money to fix it, it's like late August. And here in Canada, it makes a difference. Down in the States, some places it doesn't make a difference because you got riding weather all year round. But now you're off the road, okay? And because you're off the road, not because it's so super expensive to fix, but it's just that you didn't have any money and you got to wait till the next paycheck or the next 3 paychecks or 4 paychecks to do it. So you've lost all that time. Whereas if you had the money ready to go as an emergency fund, I would suggest, I don't care if you bought somebody's custom Harley or custom sport bike and it's better than stock because it's got all this new tricked out stuff on it. You're going to find out right away that a lot of those bikes usually are the ones that are going to have the most problems. But the big thing you're going to find out is that you should have at least $1,500 a season put away. Easier said than done. It might take you a couple of seasons to do that, but that's a healthy kind of. Usually, any mechanical problems you're going to run into, tune-ups, oil changes, stuff like that. It might cost you a couple of $100 a year just to be able to do all that stuff, right? So it's just if you've already got it, then if you need to do it, you don't have to worry about it. You could just do it. Anyway, I'll leave it at about that. And yeah, it's just I don't hear a lot of people talk about it. So even if you got a brand new bike, I take out if you're doing a loan anyway. Yes, you'll pay a little more in the interest or whatever, but then you have peace of mind knowing that, okay, well, if something does pop up, you've got a little bit of a buffer zone and you don't have to worry about it. So again, I would recommend, if you can do it, try to save up about $1,500 kind of just emergency fund. Again, you only touch it if you need it. It does give you a lot of peace of mind and it makes running the season a lot easier. The other thing too is, let's say like that fund, okay, maybe it's not just for mechanical. Oh, a bunch of your buddies say, hey, we're going to do a road trip and it's going to cost us X, Y, Z. Oh, well, you can pull out of there. You don't want to do that too much, but you really do want to have a fund just for in case maintenance or whatever. But anyway, yeah. There you go. So buy the bike, see if you can budget, obviously, your seasonal operational cost, and then the Murphy factor of just having enough money just in case something happens. All right. Have yourselves a great day.